here with Lincoln and Dave and Nikki. Tonight on Game Night we are playing Love Letter, a card game designed by Seiji Kanai for 2 to 4 players.
Yay!
Yay!
Okay, so this is Love Letter. It's a quick playing card game, and this is the new AEG published version. There's a previous Japanese version with different art. We have pimped out our set with penny gems. These are not the normal tokens for victory points, but that's what we'll use. The theme of this game is each of us is attempting to court Princess Annette, the most eligible woman in the kingdom. And each round of the game is a day where one of us will get our love letter into her hands and she'll read it. If you accomplish that goal and win the round, you get 1 point. And the rules say for 4 players, you'll play to 4 points. We're going to shorten that just a little bit and play to 3. So 3 love letters, 3 victory points is a winning score and the game ends. The way this game is played is very simple. There's only a 16-card deck, and they have values 1 to 8, and each value has a separate power. We all have a little cheat sheet with the number of each type of card and their special powers. At the beginning of a day, we shuffle up the deck, we discard a single card so that we don't have perfect knowledge of what's in the deck for the day. And then you each start with a hand of 1 card. You can look at that and you know what's in your hand. Assuming that I'm the first player, a turn goes like this. Everyone's turn always goes like this. I have my 1 card in my hand, I draw 1 card off the top of the deck, and now I must play one of these 2. You play a card by discarding it to the table in front of you, so everyone can see what's been played so far in the round. And then you must perform the action or the effect that's listed on that card. Sometimes it'll even be bad for you, but you have to play it. Sometimes you may have 2 of the same number in your hand and have no choice but to play one of them. Sometimes you'll be able to have a little bit of strategy and choose which one to play, which one to hold back. The idea is that at the end of the round, there's 2 ways to win the favor for win the day. If all other players are eliminated from the day, you can be knocked out of a round, then the sole remaining player immediately wins and gets their love letter to the princess. Or, if at the end of somebody's turn we've exhausted the deck, which is not that many cards since we've all started with 1 and we've taken 1 out, then we all compare our whole cards, our last remaining card that we have, and the highest number wins.
Okay.
That is because the princess is number 8, so that would mean you gave her letter directly to you. The 7, 6, and 5 are the countess, king, and prince who know her very well and can get your letter into her hands thematically.
Makes sense.
But the highest number whole card will win with if we get down to leftover cards at the end.
Okay.
So you must play a card every turn, and you're discarding to your pile in front of you and playing your card are
so
identical
my next
terms.
card goes on top of that.
Yes, okay. so we can. In fact, we can. You wouldn't do that because that's the princess. But yes, we need to see what order and what cards you've played.
Oh,
like
really?
That.
When
yes.
I played it was just stats.
That is not correct.
You had to remember.
You should. All cards are public knowledge that they've been played.
Okay.
Yes,
I like
it's
it.
very important. So, this card that Dave's played in front of him is the 1, the guard, and they're the most. There's more guards than any other role in the kingdom. The guard allows you to simply, as his play, he plays this card down here, and he names another number or another character in the game. You can't name a guard with a guard. But you essentially accuse a player of having a certain card in their hand.
Any player that you want. You just pick a player and
yep.
go, Nikki,
and
I think your card is a baron.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And she only tells you if that's correct. If that is correct, the guard has challenged her and she's out of the round and blocked from delivering her letter this round. So the guard, at the beginning of a round, it's a little bit of a shot in the dark.
Right. But
later in the round, when you've seen a lot of cards and you've done some deduction as to what people hold, this can be a powerful way to knock someone out of the round. Okay. I suppose we should explain the rest of them, right? The priest, the number 2, allows you to look at someone's hand.
Right.
So I play this and I inspect Dave's hand, which may give me a lot of knowledge for a future play of a guard or some other card.
Right.
The 3 is a baron, which lets you... A baron is going to eliminate 1 player immediately, and it could be you and it could be another player. The baron, number 3, lets you compare hands, so we're comparing whole cards. So you've only got 1 card in your hand, and I play a baron, and now we compare cards secretly.
No.
The lower card is out. You're out of the round. But that's a risk if my remaining card is low. it may not be a risk if I know what your card is.
Sure.
All right. The Handmade is a protector card. If I discard this in front of me and that's my play for the round, I cannot be messed with for this round until my next turn comes again. You can't challenge me with a guard, you can't compare with a Baron, etc. There's 2 of those and they protect you for 1 whole round. Not day, but round of plays.
Right.
Yeah. The Prince is number 5. You choose a player, including yourself, to discard your hand, meaning your 1 whole card, and draw a new one. So that might be great for me if I have a low card and think I can get a better one from here. It might be great for me to use offensively if I think that Lincoln has a very high card and I force him to discard it.
Okay.
The King is number 6, and he trades hands. Again, that could be very useful if I'm either sure that I'm going to upgrade my crappy card or I'm sure that I'm going to take something good from you.
Right.
The 7 is a little fiddly and interesting. The 7 is the princess's best friend, the Countess. She has no power herself, and so you wouldn't generally discard this card voluntarily. If I did discard this card, you might suspect very rightly that I might be holding the 8 as my other whole card.
Unless you're bluffing.
Unless I'm bluffing.
Right.
Now, but here's the other special rule with the Countess. The Prince and the King thematically do not like her. She meddles too much in court business. So the Countess specifically says, if you hold the 7 and either the 6 or the 5, if those are your 2 cards, you must discard the 7. So when I've discarded the 7, you know that either I was forced to because I was holding a 6 or a 5, or perhaps I was protecting my 6. But really, you know that I've got something good. A high card makes you discard the Countess.
Unless you're bluffing.
Unless I'm bluffing. So that's all the cards, and that's all the things they do. The interaction between them...
Wait, you forgot the Princess.
Oh, sorry. The Princess... Obviously, if you're left with the Princess, the highest value card at the end of the round, you'll win that round. But if you're forced to discard her by one of the other card actions we just described, you're out of the round. If you're forced to discard the Princess, either because you can't play your other card or someone forces you to, you're done for the day.
All right.
Okay? That's the entire game. The interaction between the cards is the whole of the game. Don't forget that there's 1 card out every day, so you might see both Barons have been played, and so I wouldn't accuse anybody of having a Baron. But perhaps 1 Priest has been played, and I'm not sure whether the other one is out of the game or in someone's hand. All right, that's it. Let's use the rules as written embarrassing start player selection mechanism.
Okay, what is it?
Who has most recently been on a date?
Oh my gosh. You.
Even if it was like a year ago?
Oh.
No, that's not true. That was like 2 months ago. Okay.
2 months ago.
I guess I win.
That sadly is you.
2 months ago.
Yeah. Okay. So, we take 1 out, we deal 1, and I'm the start player. So I will look at my whole card and take a second card, and I must play one of these. I'll go ahead and play the Handmade, so I'm protected from any messing with this round.
Should've been.
You always play these in front of you so you can see them.
Okay.
Draw and play. Don't show me your whole card.
I'm sorry, I didn't know you could see.
Now you know.
Now I know.
If I remember correctly, the start player for all subsequent rounds is whoever won the point.
That is
round,
correct.
Right? Cool. F.
Do the guard.
Okay. So pick any of the 3 of us.
Yeah.
And
Not
then,
me. She can't pick me.
Because Aaron's protected by the
Yes.
Handmaid. So pick Lincoln or me, and then guess what card you think we have.
And you can't pick guard. You can't say
Right.
they have 1.
Other than guard.
Let's see. I think Lincoln has the king.
Indeed. Then you're
All right.
right. Draw a card.
Go fish.
kind of in a way. Protected.
Say what you're doing on your turn.
Oh, I'm protected.
Even with
I
that.
played the Handmaid.
I'm playing a guard, and Nikki has a priest. All right.
I will play a Baron and compare hands with Dave.
Okay.
The lower number will be out for the round.
That'll be me.
So, you just got some knowledge about my hand, right? It's obviously 4 or higher. because I kicked Dave out by comparing barons with him.
And this will give me a perfect opportunity while I'm out of the round to look up what happens if that's tied.
That's an excellent plan.
Nikki, is your play.
Aaron, you have the Countess.
I do not.
In the case of a tie, nothing happens.
The priest, then I want to look at Aaron's hand.
Nothing happens. No one's out in the case of a tie. So Dave's out of the round. We skip him for the rest of this day.
I'm out. I cannot score. One of you three will score. One of you three will deliver your love letter to Princess Annette.
I will play, since Lincoln knows I have this, I'm going to play the prince, and I will choose Lincoln to discard his hand and draw a new one.
And it's Nikki's turn.
Yep.
Game chugs along, baby.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. One card left.
You did that. Okay, Aaron.
Discard.
Prince.
I have to discard and draw a new one? So then this will end the round, because I will discard the king, and I will take this, which turns out to be an 8. Now we all reveal our hands, and I have won the day.
Nikki.
What?
But
She didn't
I was
know.
going to win with this 6 anyway, except
Fine.
that you would have drawn the princess on your turn and then won. So all right, I've won. I've given my letter to the
But you
princess.
could have had the prince in your hand and discarding it could have
Or it could have been
disqualified
out.
you, or it could have been out.
Right.
Although the 7 was also out.
Ah.
All right,
So-
winner, you start the next round.
Yes, I do.
And that's how fast it moves. It's neat.
Yeah, it's fine.
You can move faster once you know
Right, once you
the
know them.
cards.
Right.
Okay. One card out, one card to each player. I don't know how I shuffled that. I was dealing from the middle of the deck. All
I
right.
like it.
Um,
I'm not going to look at my card till I have to.
I picked on you last time, so I'm going to pick on Nikki.
Yay!
Baron, we secretly compare hands, and the lower value is out. You're already out.
Lincoln,
Sweet.
you're up. Wow, you have higher than a 4?
Yes.
Oh, I have a guard.
Can I do like hand gestures?
No
across the
secret.
table?
No secret. You're banished from the
There's
castle
actually a
for the
little
day.
honesty clause in the rules.
Okay. Oh, what does it say if you're not
Oh.
honest?
I don't know.
It says you shouldn't play with those people.
Okay.
The prince.
No. Oh.
Oh,
I didn't see. But let's find out. Was it the Countess?
No! Oh! So close. Oh!
Dang it.
I have to play this one just to get rid of it.
can I live vicariously?
Let's see.
Oh, it was.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna play the king
I was gonna say
and
king.
trade hands with Dave.
I was gonna say king.
All right. She's out.
Oh, you're right. Go up.
Oh, but
That was the silliest move you could have done.
it probably was.
Protected.
You're right. You're right. It was stupid.
Hey, do you have a priest?
How did you know? Since I just traded hands with you and gave you
Onion?
the offensive card.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, what are you gonna do? You should have kept the king.
But you knew I had it now.
No, I didn't. You could have had the princess.
I know, but still, it was
All right,
too.
what are you
It
gonna
seemed
guess?
too
Are
risky.
you? Do you have a? Are you the prince? Just what you do.
Nothing?
Okay. Is there an
I'm out.
No, it's just you and me. I have to discard it if I have the king or the prince in my hand, or the princess potentially, or... Oh, well, there you go.
Say what your card does.
Oh, that was the priest. I'm sorry. I was looking at another player's hand.
Oh.
I don't know if he's a jerk.
Lincoln,
Oh.
do you have the baron?
Nope.
Oh. Well, then I lose.
Let's compare hands.
Oh, you have the 8. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
one or the other. It was one or the other. Nice. So you win.
Lincoln gets a gem.
A gem.
And what?
A 5 is
Yeah.
one of the princes.
I didn't think he had a prince. Because he might have played that instead.
One is
Blah, blah,
out.
blah.
2, 3, 4. And you're the start player.
Nobody can bother me.
Fair enough. Aaron, let's compare hands.
I'm out.
Wow.
Holy
Wow.
smackadoodle.
Okay.
Dave got higher than 4.
Yep. You can go quick.
Dave,
Yep.
I would like to look at your hand.
Okay, you have to put a card down. Oh, the priest. There you go. Go ahead, Link.
Looking interface reaction. I don't remember what the deal was. So Dave is higher than a 4.
Yep.
Nikki, let's compare hands.
Ooh.
That's the number game.
Yep.
So
Who's out?
I'm out,
She's
right?
Oh, is it a
Yeah.
guard?
No, it's Prince.
Oh my god, and she lost?
Yeah.
Lincoln, do you have a king?
Yes.
Woo!
That's it.
The
You win the
princess
day.
anyway.
Yeah,
Oh,
see,
that was
a
tense.
day can go real swiftly.
That was
like
tense.
That was a good one.
That princess is always terrible to get early.
It is, yeah. It doesn't
Terrible.
help you much early. Because then people find out about it and kill you.
Yeah.
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 It's like, oh, my
Right.
next move.
well,
What can
kill
I
I
do?
thought, well, if she had a guard,
No,
I'm dead.
but they mess with you. Yeah, you can't be too obvious about
But
your...
you were right. You couldn't.
you're
you
in
couldn't
with the
play
princess.
the Baron on me.
I was
one
worried.
out.
I didn't know that.
You're
You
the
could have
start
played the king with me and then taken my high card from me. But then Nikki knows it. I'm gonna choose me. I'm gonna discard that card and draw a new one. End of turn.
I'm going to accuse you of having... Oh,
You have to
I
draw a
should draw a
card
card first. I'm still going to play a guard. I'm going to guess that is a Baron.
Let's
in your
find
hand.
out, shall
Wow.
we? Let's find out.
Yes.
Nope.
Okay.
That's bold.
Well, there are two of them.
Right, and we've already seen one of the priests, so there's less chance that it'll be a 2.
Okay.
And one of the princes.
Hey, Aaron. Let's compare cards.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
wait. Do I...
You play
You're
that.
playing a card,
You're
yes.
comparing that card.
Oh.
Do you still want to do it?
Oh, no, she doesn't.
Okay, then don't do it.
I sure don't.
We know what both your guards
Yeah.
Now we...
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hey,
no.
just don't worry about it. Just
I
play the
know.
guard.
Just play... Yeah, play...
Lame.
Do it.
Play the
No,
guard.
No.
Whatever.
Don't worry about it.
Everyone
Don't worry
makes
about it.
mistakes.
Hey,
Yeah.
let me look at your card.
No, you
You're
pick.
accusing. You're challenging.
I think Lincoln has the Baron.
I do.
Oh, and he's out.
Oh.
Sweet.
It works
I was
sometimes.
out of my
Protected. You're
I
up.
forget to draw, too.
Yep.
I'm ready to... protected with a handmaid.
No.
You can't do any card effects to me or Dave.
You can.
So
Go ahead, draw a
what do
card.
I do?
Draw a
Oh,
card.
draw a card.
Now, if you want, you can still play the Baron. Nothing happens, but you can play it. It gets it out of your hand, and then we don't know what you have anymore. But you don't have to. You can play your other card if you want.
But pretty
Well,
much anything
you
isn't
all
gonna...
know it's there, so
Right,
I might
right.
as well get rid of
Sure.
it.
Said the princess.
I will choose Aaron to discard his card.
Oh, it's a 6.
Oh, that's too bad. If you'd drawn the Countess, that would have been sweet.
I will choose... I will play a guard, and I will challenge...
I got one. She doesn't.
Then you
Sure.
have the princess.
Indeed, I do.
Yes!
Oh.
Nikki P, draw a card.
Wow.
How does that work now then?
Draw a card.
There's going to be no cards at the end of your
So whoever has the
turn.
highest card wins. So if you have
Or
the,
if she knocks me
if
out,
you have
she
the
wins.
7 in your hand, you're fine. If you don't,
Yeah.
do you have
Okay.
the 7?
No.
All right. Then you need to play a card and try to. It could be here. You want to try to keep your highest card and get rid of Aaron's card if that's possible.
Okay. Ooh.
So what have you got?
Yeah. Let's see. There are... Ugh. Wish I was a better card tracker.
Yeah,
Well,
but
it's all here.
Yeah.
What do you need to
I-
know? What do you need to
I'm
know?
going to put this down.
so
Okay.
you should be able to
So I
just,
should be able to ask him exactly.
Right.
what
Well-
you should know what these 2 cards are.
Yes.
Do you have the 7?
She already said no, didn't
So
she?
one of these cards is the 7.
Mm-hmm.
And
And the other one is whatever that isn't that's still left.
okay, it's not a king.
It's not a king.
It's not a prince.
No,
it's not a
There's 2
handmaid.
5s. There's 2 4s.
So the princess.
There's 2 3s. It's either
A priest.
A priest.
It's either a 2 or a 7. But here's the point: If you don't have the 7, she has to ask for the 7 just to knock it out of your hand.
So I'm going to ask you if you got the 7.
And I do.
Okay.
So I'm out and you win the game.
Because if the 7 is here, she beats you anyway, right? If the 7 is here, she beats you anyway.
No, what was the other thing? Oh, yeah, because then it would have been... The only thing left was a guard.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
Done. Take a gem.
Take a gem.
Interesting.
Moving on.
And we all have one.
All right, but you got to figure that out for yourself next time.
Yeah.
I'm not ghostwriting any more of your love letters.
But you're such a good writer.
All right, I will. But in this case, it's not like it's not information that's available.
Yeah.
Okay, you're the star player, and one card out.
For me, because I wasn't doing that,
Right.
It would have.
Yep.
We would have been sitting here
Yep.
with dead time.
No, it's a good explanation of the final move strategy of this game. The final move of the round.
Right. If she's got a 2, and the only 2 other cards are a 1 or a
Are
7.
a 1 or a 7. Exactly.
Even if she's wrong, she wants to guess.
It seems to me like a lot more like, if it was
Hey,
if the
Lincoln,
only
let's
options were a
compare
6 or a
meals
7,
for the heck of it.
then she just has a 50-50 shot,
Yeah.
win or lose.
Yeesh.
Oh wow.
Protected.
Nikki,
What?
do you have a prince? You do.
Ew.
Me.
Sorry.
So I'm
So
out now. Right?
You're out and you're out, right? Just us.
Yeah.
I'm going to trade hands with another player of my choice.
I'm going to assume that you have a 4.
Oh, you suck!
Yes! I win.
I wanted to give him the 8. That was
You totally
as
did,
long as
which
you
is
don't
great.
draw a guard.
As
I'm in
long as
good
I don't
shape.
draw a guard,
I'm
exactly.
in good shape.
Yeah.
That was fun. All right, so one more point, and Aaron wins the game.
Woo!
Nikki, the rest of us each have 1.
At least I have a phone.
Yeah.
Too.
I like how the rounds can be like
Really
less
long
than
or
a
not.
minute
Yep.
or 5 minutes.
Yep.
So I start this one.
but no longer than that.
Right. You took one out?
Not looking-
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not looking. Just in case I have a poker face, you can't read.
Lincoln, compare hands.
Everyone
With
picks
a
on
Baron.
Lincoln. Let him play.
Nope, he's out.
That's so mean.
Yeah.
I picked on you the first round.
But he was out
I picked
first
on
for
her
the
the
last
second.
3 rounds.
All right, sorry. What is it, my job to balance the game?
Go ahead. No. You and your silly love letters.
Protect
Hey,
it.
let's see if-
Please say what
I
your
knew when I
card
had that
does
one,
and
I'm
what
like,
you're
I'm
doing for
sorry.
yourself.
Handmaiden, I'm protecting
Okay,
myself.
fine.
I'm also protected.
Oh, you guys, now I can't mess with anybody. I will play another Baron and compare hands with no one.
Yep.
Sweet.
That is sweet, because clearly you have
got a
a
high card.
card higher than that.
Let's look at another player's.
Oh.
You, of course.
Oh, me? Oh, I was
Yeah.
waiting for you to name another player.
Oh, okay.
Come on. Something. Woot! Aaron, do you have the king?
Ah, how did you know?
Ah! Come on, Nikki P. He's out!
Oh, it's you and
Because
Yeah,
Prince
it's
was
just
too
you two.
obvious. There's 2 of those and there's only 1 king.
I know.
I wanted to
It made
go.
no sense.
I know, I went for the crazy one.
I know.
discard your hand.
Ooh.
Nikki P.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have the princess?
Oh! 2 love letters for Dave.
I went big.
Any one of these could be the final round.
I decided to go big.
Okay, Lincoln, I won't knock you out this time. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I specifically had done it to you and to
I
Nikki
understand, but he's been knocked out first for the last 3 rounds. I don't think he's even had to get to play in the
I
last
know.
2 rounds.
You're right.
He's been
I
out
know.
before his turn even started.
I know, you're right.
Aaron, do you have the king?
I do not.
I figured
That was a foolish guess.
I figured
You should never guess
I was
that,
just going to
Dave.
try it again.
I'm going to protect myself with the handmaiden. This
Oh.
game's getting too dangerous.
Is that what you had?
No.
Tell me later.
It's not. So I just drew that.
Dave, I want
Yep.
to look at your hand.
Okay, here you go.
Play right here.
Okay.
Hey, Lincoln, you get to play.
For a moment. Dave, you and I are going to compare hands.
Okay. I'm out. Aaron? That's not helpful in the least.
No, it's not. But I know that he had to be fairly confident about his hand to do that.
Draw a card.
So, thank you. Thank you. So I think I'll look at his hand with my priest.
Oh, is that what you had said? Nikki P?
Yes.
Gotta get Aaron.
It's just okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm out.
Dave's out.
Aaron discard.
Oh, you got the guard out of his hand. Well, that protects you for at least.
It does,
Unless
yeah.
he draws another one.
Let's compare hands.
Oh!
Okay.
You have to look.
Yep.
Oh yeah, but I know that I'm going to lose, and now everyone knows what's in your hand because I have to discard a 7.
Oh! But she's got to have the card for it.
Okay. Hey, Lincoln, let's trade hands.
Okay.
Oh. All right,
That
Lincoln.
wasn't.
That was incorrect.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
not the right move.
No, it sure wasn't.
Wow. Nothing
Unless
you
he
can do.
can do nothing.
You could have knocked him out.
You gave him the knockout card.
What do
You are the princess.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I went with a 1.
What
In
did
other
I
words,
do?
you had a guard. You could have said, I think you're the princess.
Oh, yeah.
All right, 2 for Lincoln.
All right.
I was frightened because
On the very first hand, I had a guard, so you couldn't knock me out because you can't name
didn't
guard.
matter.
Right? It didn't matter. All right. Is this the last round, or will Nikki get another one, and then we'll all play for the 3rd love letter?
This game is clearly sexist. We're guys writing a love letter to the princess. No wonder she's behind.
No, she's playing herself. She can still write a love letter to the princess.
That's true.
Sure
All right.
can.
Who starts? Lincoln?
Especially in a Japanese game.
Second
know what that
card.
means.
Yeah, I
I
don't
took
either.
this one. I don't even. It was racist and sexist, though. Whatever it meant.
Oh, I could have. It's hard.
Oh, man. Nobody's going to fit with me.
No.
Yeah.
I will compare hands with you.
I have a 1, so I'm out for the day.
Not only are you out, but I've given the least information to my opponents.
Yeah, I don't know. 1 is not good.
But you're right. You know I don't have a 2 because
Right.
I've never.
He would
played
never
this.
compare with a 2 or
I've
even
never
another
played
3.
this
Probably.
Are you kidding?
Poker face.
That's a poker face? That looks like a pooper face.
You. All right. I can't say. I have knowledge about her hand since I'm out of the day. I'm looking at her cards.
Doesn't
but
matter. He's out. You don't have to
Yeah.
look big. This is one of the games where we need the pocket camera.
Totally. Oh yes.
Who do you want to compare to? Me or Lincoln?
You.
I will discard my king.
Oof. So you're out?
I'm out.
Yep.
It's your turn.
Just you 2 left for the day.
Wow. Well, Nikki, are you the princess?
Lincoln
Winner!
wins.
Winner!
Hey.
Sitting out 3 rounds.
Toronto.
Yeah, I know.
That's.
Well, and I had 2 guards too.
I
compared with Aaron, right? So it was very likely I was going to have a high card in
Right.
my hand. Your best bet was Lincoln. Because
Why?
you're going to
And
win
then hand
regardless.
the game
Yeah,
to
yeah.
you.
You're going to win regardless. She knows she's going to knock me out with
Oh,
the
you're
8.
right.
So this
But you give less information.
knocking
Exactly.
me out gives Lincoln a lot of information.
Right.
Knocking Lincoln
I
out.
was guessing.
He
Plus he
could've-
has the 7.
But he had a 1. He had a 1.
As
or
it
a
turns
4.
out, he had
Yeah.
the guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Countess was
Right.
in here.
Yeah.
I gotta play this more because I don't.
Right.
You know.
You'll get it.
Yeah, it's neat.
It sometimes just takes a full thing to get. So, what did you think then? This is your first time, right?
Yeah, I hadn't played it. I mean, I watched kind of Scott and them play it
Yeah.
at Essen. It's neat. I didn't really get what was going on. It's cool because there's a lot more. It's got a little teeny bit of werewolfiness to it, but it's changing. So I like that the cards are changing.
Yep.
Um,
It's got that classic thing of it packs much bigger a punch than you think it's going to pack for just 16 cards. I mean, it's not that deep,
no,
but it's just enough so that you're doing something, right?
Yeah.
well, the deducing part's fun.
Yeah, it's neat. Well, and the deductions are sometimes, as it happened in our game, completely dead on obvious. But for the most part, they're within a range, so it's still guessy.
Right. Oh yeah. Well, I liked a couple of those shot in the dark ones that were
Right.
those were fun.
And it sort of self-balances, right? I'm more likely to try to attack one of you guys with a guard if you have points. Like, when Aaron has 2 and we each have 1, I'm absolutely going to leave you alone.
Right.
Because him getting a gem ends the game.
Right.
we have the Japanese version here as well. What's
We
different?
do. Well, of course, the art is different and the character names are different on many cards. This is there are 3 different versions of the prince or princess, the 8, which
That art is cool.
aren't. They're not different in gameplay, just different art.
Oh, that's neat.
They're like woodblocks.
You have
Yeah,
soldiers for
they do-
guards.
yeah, you're right.
Clown instead of priest is the 2.
But it's
the rest
the
of them
same
are
power?
basically this. They're all the same power except
Clown. That's hilarious. And look, they've got actual iconography.
the priestess is
Like
the
the eye-
protector for the handmaid. Oh yeah, they do.
Eyeball looking into
A
the
shield
hand.
to protect with the 4.
That's neat. The little thing means swap a hand, right? Change hands.
So that's kind of cool iconography. This is the one reason that I actually prefer the AEG version to the Japanese version. The 7 is different. The 7 Countess in the American version is, if you have the 5 or the 6, you must discard the 7.
Okay.
But the 7 Minister in the Japanese version is, if you have over 12 points total in your hand, meaning you have that 7 plus the 5, the 6, or the 8, you're immediately out of the round. You're just screwed and you're out of the day. So the American one is a little friendlier, but it still gives up a lot of information to the other players. I don't particularly think the game needs, more random knockouts of just you drew the wrong card and so you have nothing to do and
Right.
get out of the game.
Right.
The Japanese version also describes what we play as one day as one game. So it doesn't even actually have victory points that I can see. I believe you just play once and that's it. In
Well,
these
there were
rules.
4 tokens in there.
There are, but I don't see
What the? Oh, yeah.
a use for them. So
So it's up to you to decide. Let's play this game
let's play
X number of
right,
times.
Right.
Dude, it's funny too. 'cause
And
It says
each-
16 cards this rule.
This
So that's it.
This set of rules.
Yeah,
there are no tokens. I like the
Right.
tokens. It makes sense,
do
right?
too. You wanna go on
You're
a
going to
little
play
bit.
more than one game anyway. So
yeah.
what AEG, I guess, did was, why don't we just make them play more than one round?
I think this is a really great filler game. You're always sort of
yeah.
looking for that filler, for what me and Dave can play while we're waiting for somebody else to finish a game.
There's
or,
optional rules.
You know,
too
it's
here.
it's 11:45,
cool.
so let's play one more really
Yeah.
quick game. This is
Just to wrap
always
it
going to
up.
fit the bill.
Yeah.
So there's the optional rules. True love. You can play a continuous game if a game
Oh, there you
all
Get a
the
point.
winner get 1 point. The player who gets 2 points first.
So their point game
Okay,
is just to 2.
It's just to 2. So that is the
That's the only
long
optional
game.
rule. Wow.
Well, no, there's card playing.
No, what does that say? Oh, that's where you can do what we're doing, which is instead of stacking your discards, you can stagger them so that everyone can see them, as opposed to stacking them. Your Japanese rule is you stack them, so there is a memory element of it.
I do sort of like the perfect information or near perfect information of
I
the
agree,
American
especially
one.
for a game so light.
Do you
Yeah.
toss a card in this one as well?
I don't
Yes,
know.
you always throw one out at the beginning.
I mean,
so
in
you
this
don't have-
version of the game as well?
I'm pretty sure yes. So you don't have perfect information.
Remove 1 card from the deck.
Yeah. I like it too because it's so light. It's just light enough that I don't want to have to try to track everything.
Sure.
That's not what this game is. This game is a more fun, and more importantly, I'm doing it a little bit anyway, right?
But it's also such a tiny deck of 16 cards that it's pretty easy to track something. Like, well, I've got one of the princes right here, and I see 2 of the handmaids and the king, so I'm only going to accuse you of having the 7 or the 8 when it's my turn to do something like that. It definitely narrows down the options and gives you a little bit of, as the day progresses, you get more and more information. I like
For
that.
me, I'm glad that they erred on the side of putting it in the rules because you can always take it out if you want.
The displaying
Yes.
yeah.
For those that would like to memorize the cards as they go, you can always just say, hey, let's play this way.
Sure.
But I like that the default game is don't do that.
Yeah.
It defaults to the friendlier version of the game. Yeah. It's really, it's just as I said, and I've seen other people play this too,
Right.
and they were so familiar. I mean, the game was so fast.
Because you're so familiar with the rules
Right.
and everything.
Well, and they know exactly what they're doing, right? They played so many times, they know what all the cards are going to do. There's no thinking, oh, should I do this, should I do this? They're like, oh, boom, Aaron, boom, boom,
Right.
boom, draw a card, boom. I mean, it just goes bam, bam, bam. And if you played that way, I could see where you'd then play to 4 points.
Sure.
Just because it might be too fast at 3. And it can happen, as it almost did in our game, where you can just get to 3. You can have 2 and we can have none, and we can try to target you and still fail.
That's
It's
really
neat.
fun.
It's really, really neat.
All right.
Love this art, though.
Yeah.
That's really cool. You're right, Nikki. It looks like wood blocks. Art.
Yeah.
And as we boringly pause to examine the cards,
Yeah, there
No,
you
I'm
go.
showing people.
Game
that's
night.
Love Letter. Game night!
Game
Game night.
Woo!